So we'll get right into it. It's again another big King in Black tie-in week. So we're going to kick it off with Black Cat number 3. So we left Black Cat number 2 with Black Cat getting a hold of Doctor Strange's staff that was made from the World Tree of Asgard. And she turned into an Asgardian witch. Which was pretty cool.
Essentially.
Yeah. And so what we get in this issue is her coming to terms with those powers. And what we learn is she is basically stuck in her own like mindscape with the staff itself, which contains a very ancient and old. And I can't even remember. Did they say chaos magic?
I believe so, yes.
Did that line
chaos
drop?
magic, but they were like, chaos magic isn't really real, but chaos magic.
Chaos magic, which is...
Okay.
Have you seen WandaVision yet?
This week?
Yeah.
Like today's? No.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well,
watch it afterwards.
Anyway, chaos magic gets dropped in this issue. And she's in two places at once. So she's having a dialogue with this very ancient old magic, chaos magic, that is offering her essentially all the power in the world and the universe. You know what I mean? Just insane amount of power. And while she's doing this, having that dialogue, she's actually fighting symbiote dragons in the real world. And she's literally just whipping ass, like just shredding dragons in half. She's got her own, like, she's, Black Cat's got claws, so in her Asgardian farm, she's able to, like, slash the sky, and you just see, like, Asgardian dragons just being split in half, like, think.
That was one of my favorite panels of, like, the whole week. Was that?
Yeah, because she, like, does it X, and you see it, like, it's not, like, rips, it's literally just slashes, so they just, like, it's like a samurai move. So while that's going on outside in the real world, she's having this dialogue with this ancient magic, and it's trying to entice her to accept this magic. So there's something fishy going on between Black Cat and this ancient spirit. I don't know how you really explain it. And so she's being tempted. So she's shown all of her defeats, whether it's Venom or Dr. Octopus or, all these different scenarios in her history where she's lost. And then she's shown, everything she could gain if she accepts this power. And it's looking, we know that Black Cat is a greedy individual, right? She, that's her character arc, she steals things. And so when the magic being shows her, everything she could win. Like the first scenario, she has the Infinity Gauntlet, and she's making everyone bow down to her, and she's made her parents get back together, and everything that she could ever want. And then the next scenario, she gets all of the people that she's ever fallen in love with or have dated, falls in love with her, very envious of her, and that's when she kind of loses her shit, because she can't deal with that. That's not something she would do. And so while this dialogue is going on in the outside world, again, she's going ham on dragons. Doctor Strange wakes up. He realizes what the hell's going on. He knows it's bad, because I would assume he's been tempted by this power too, and he's figured out a way to claim it or deal with it, rather than Strange isn't really necessarily a greedy individual. Hold on, let me take water, right? So he realizes that this could be there's a big problem here, because he doesn't technically trust Black Cat. He knows that she steals things. So, he thinks there's a good chance that she could accept the bribe and take the full on power, unleash this power onto the world. And she ends up not taking it. She slashes the throat of the magic being in her mindscape. She escapes and is able to break free from her Asgardian form. I think the funniest part of this book is when Bats is explaining to Doctor Strange how they got to this point. and he's like, a dog's gonna play fetch, right? So I went and got your staff, thinking that you'd be awake, but you weren't. So next best thing. And Strange is just like, bro, you messed up. But essentially, at the end of the issue, Black Cat's able to break free, and Strange and them are able to push forward. And I think this is a perfect way into issue 4 of King in Black, because we didn't see Strange saved in the King in Black issues that happened in the Black Cat issues. So we were able to kind of connect the dots of how they got to that point before Strange was able to combine everybody's powers and disrupt Null's connection with the hive mind. So kind of a nice little backstory of how they got to that point. And I thought it was a really nice look into Black Cat's character development and how she's kind of grown, and she's not necessarily the greediest human being on Earth. So, you got anything on that?
Well, I like that this issue had a good amount of like King of Black tie-in and stuff, but it was also like very much like a Black Cat book too. And it's similar to what we were talking about with Daredevil last week. These tie-ins are most successful when they can toe the line between honoring their own title and still making sense and being valuable in the overall event. It's a little bit easier here too, since this new book relaunched with the event, so it's not like we're in the middle of an arc and like, why'd you just drop the ball there? But still, I'm very curious. I know nothing about Black Cat. These 3 books are the only Black Cat I've ever read. I don't know anything about her backstory or anything, so I'm very curious what has happened in her life that set her off so much about using magic to make people love you. That clearly seems like something that was triggering for her. So, yeah,
I mean, there's clearly a connect there in the sense of like, I think Black Cat's got some daddy issues, obviously, because he apparently faked his death and then resurfaced, and just some crazy shit. So she's got some abandonment issues. I mean, her and Spidey have had their love lives and distrusts. So she's a very complex character. But I think the best word you use to describe this is, or best word you've used to describe tie-ins right now is value. This, like you said, Daredevil, Black Cat, I think even Valkyrie, when we get into it, even though it's a little more deeper and richer in the Jason Aaron, Donny Cates history book, I think that word value is a really good word to use to describe some of these tie-ins. Yeah. And then other ones are like trash, like Namor. We're not even going to review that book.
I didn't even try to read it.
Dude, it's literally sitting here and I didn't even open it. I was like, I opened the last page and I was like, oh, look, there's that stone that's probably going to show up in King of Black 5. That Donnie was like, okay, I have to write this in? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Either way, I enjoyed Black Cat 3. I think the 4th one is a King in Black tie-in. We will see. Is it not? Well, just like I said in our comic book haul video, keep the Pepe Larraz covers coming. I even saw him do a preview to an X-Men cover he's doing, so cross your fingers. We might get some more Pepe, not just in covers, but we will see. But that is Black Cat number 3.